Okay, so I've decided to compile a little video explaining what we have on our Math myHSC page. And I'm going to work on the assumption that you can all navigate yourselves to this page from your myHSC login. So once you get there, for me as a teacher, I can see the different classes I teach, but for you guys, you'll have your student or your respective child's math page, and they all look pretty much the same. We have a blurb at the beginning here explaining a little bit about our program in grade 6, and we have a tab for announcements. So if I have an urgent message I need to get to some students, I will put it in here from time to time. A more regularly used feature we have is our news, and I'll update this on a weekly basis typically. And if you click on the tab here, we see a little description about what's happening in our week ahead for math. So this week, for example, we have a little blurb here saying we'll be diving deeper into averages, specifically mean, median, and mode. So I'll try and update this on a weekly basis. So that's somewhere you can go to pick up that information. Getting back to the original page, if we scroll a little further down, we have an embedded playlist, YouTube playlist. And if you see this little icon here on the top right hand corner, if you press on there, you can scroll down through different videos. Many of these videos are curriculum content that I think are useful, can add a little bit to our learning. And sometimes from time to time, I'll make an instructional video and I'll add it to this playlist as well. So this is actually just a grade 6 playlist that I comprise and add to when I need it. And sometimes I'll have instructions for students' activities on here as well. So there's the playlist. Now, some other features that we want to bring our attention to are our downloads. So from time to time, I will download student notes. So here's some notes we have from a little while back on rounding numbers. So I can record my class notes and make them available for parents and students alike if they so wish. So that's a useful feature. And there we have a couple of examples of some notes that are available. And above the downloads, we have some links. Now, these are features that our students can dive into quite frequently. And virtual manipulatives is something that we can use when we want to enhance our calculating skills with some virtual online tools. The Corbett Math website is a good place to go for some extra math learning. And above here we have problem of the week and enrich math challenges. Now, for our enrich, for instance, we can dive in here, and the students are pretty capable with when it comes to navigating around this screen. So right now we're on data management and handling data, so that might be a place where a very capable student will go to work on for some extra work. And if we're looking at surveys, we may be looking at statistics, initially stage 3. Students can go in here, look at the different challenges, and there's a little descriptor for each of these challenges, and they can go select what they want to do. I'll have a look at this one, for instance, and they can try to tackle these enriched activities if they so wish. So that's enrich. Another feature in enrich, if I navigate back a couple of screens, is you have the ability to search within there. So, for instance, if I wanted to search estimate, which we were working on a couple of weeks back, I can type in the word estimate and I can filter my search at the side here, 11 to 14. Maybe it might be my best filter, and then I go down through here, read the blurbs, and choose an enriched activity. So there, that's a phenomenally good. This is a phenomenally good place for students to go and enrich their learning. Similarly, we have a problem of the week link here. I've asked the students to sign up for this. If they click on the tab, if you click on the tab, it will take you to the University of Waterloo website. And on here we have some problems. Now I've asked all the students to subscribe, and they should type their email into this little bar here, and they should be receiving a problem weekly. But regardless of that, we have the luxury to go and scroll down to the bottom of the page where we can see the grade 5, 6 problems here as they exist, and the solutions follow a week after. But I'm also quite interested in the entire archive of previous academic years. For instance, 2018, 2019, grade 5, 6 problems are on this link here. I'll click on it. It'll open this link for me. Now, once I'm here, I'm going to want to navigate myself to where I'm going. So right now, this week, we're on data management. We're looking at We're looking at surveys, creating surveys for our PBL project, and we're looking at some content that we want to get to grips with. So a good place for us to go for an activity might be to data management or probability. So click on that link, brings me automatically to there on the PDF, which is at the top anyway. And then I can scroll through some problems and find something which I think relates to something we're doing in class right now. Again, these are enriched, challenging problems for the students to work on. The solutions exist in the slide immediately below. And in my experience, the students have been very good with being, showing some integrity and being honest, and working through the solution, and showing me their workings out, so that they can validate that they indeed did solve the puzzle or the challenge individually. Then they can validate with the answer on the slide below. And there's quite a pool of these here. And if we have a student who finds they're able to achieve with the grade 5, 6 problems, they could even jump ahead to the grade 7, 8 problems. You have the whole year's worth here again. They could go to the data management section, and again, similarly, file through, find a problem that they want to work on, and see if they can get a solution. So there's some of the ways that we use our myHSC page. They're the main ways, in fact. If I click on, if you also, yeah, one other thing I guess we should add is on topics. We have some content here, which our students and our parents can access, and get a bit of extra information about some of the content we're covering in class. And I'll add to that as we go through the year. So that's another place where we can find some extra work. So going back to the home page, our bulletin board, most things live on the bulletin board, some work on the topics, and some of the other tabs are for teacher use, and not necessarily something that students or parents need to concern themselves with. So I hope this video is of some use to you and helps you understand some of the ways we use our myHSC page. And yeah, thanks for your time.